Hello everyone, and welcome to this month's installment of Things I Wanted to Buy But Didn't for February. You might want to grab a drink and get cozy for this one. I know it's going to be a long one because I've already attempted to record it twice and lost my audio. So I've got myself a Poppi, courtesy of impulse buys at Costco, which I will not be buying again. To be honest, the first time I tasted this Poppi soda, I thought it was totally disgusting. It has grown on me a little bit. I finished the pack that we bought and will not be buying any more. And we'll also not be continuing our Costco membership, but that's probably going to be another video, so foreshadowing there. If you're interested in the sounds of that, go ahead and subscribe. Woo! Let's get into the actual video. Things I wanted to buy in February but didn't. Starting off with the items carried over from January. One of them, or maybe a few of them, are not going to go to March. So let's talk about that. First one I have here is the MEJ claw clip that I've been talking about ad nauseum. The pink plastic version of the metal version that I have. Still on the wish list, still out of stock, so couldn't have bought it even if I wanted to break my no-buy, which I'm not going to. It's going to carry over to March. The Skin Fix moisturizer, I'm still interested in trying it. I realized that I have enough moisturizer to probably last me until fall of next year. Just partly because I use these things so slowly, and second of all because I have a few different samples as well as a full size still to get through. So yeah, probably not going to need to buy this, but I'm just keeping it on the list in case I find myself in a Sephora or something for something else. I'm going to make sure to try this to make sure it feels good on the skin. The Marc Jacobs Mini Daisy is still on the list, and the Apple AirPods Max are on the list. I did see recently that there's going to be a new version of these before the end of the year, so it'll be really good to be able to compare the new version to the old version. And because of my no-buy, I'm not going to have bought the old version before the new one comes out. So I'll be able to do a real comparison and then decide, if I still want them at that point, which version is going to be the one that I buy next year. The black Owala water bottle is leaving the list. I gave myself the ick, as they say, with this item, and I looked at a bunch of Amazon reviews and saw people talking about how it broke. You know, filtering by the 1 stars, I wanted to see the bad stuff people had to say. People were saying that it broke, they dropped it, the handle doesn't carry the weight of the water, that the top is just full of cheap plastic parts. And I looked at some pictures and I kind of see what they were talking about. So the justification I had previously was that it's all black and I could take this one on stage. I also said that I have a black bottle, it's just not one that I could open one-handed. Now, in the circumstance that I have to bring water on stage, it probably means that I have a cough or I'm sick or something like that. And I'm probably not going to be worried by having to stop what I'm doing and open a water bottle if I'm having to bring water on stage in the first place. And I have that beautiful blue Brewmate era cup that I got for my birthday. And all of the components of that are very high quality, at least to me. So why would I want to have an inferior quality water bottle when I have one that's really good? It just can't be taken on stage. And then I have a black one that I could take on stage. So it's not fulfilling a need that's real. And like I said, I gave myself the ick about it by reading the 1-star reviews. The Naturium skincare, kind of similar to what I was talking about with the moisturizer. I have a face wash, I have a vitamin C serum, I have moisturizer. So it's probably going to take me a while to use what I have, and if I'm still interested in Naturium by then, I probably don't need to have it on my wish list to remind me. I have it up here in my brain. I think I talked about this last time, but it's the two-tone silver and gold knot earrings by Heaven Mayhem. So I am into the mixed metal look. I don't have any mixed metal jewelry. Obviously you can mix separate pieces, but I don't have anything that has both in its individual form. So these are, to me, really nice, and I wouldn't mind getting them for Christmas or something like that, or my birthday next year. So I'm going to keep them on the list and see if they make it to the end of the year to make it on the actual wish list. The next item I have is like a personal hygiene replacement type item. So I ordered some cocoa floss to replace the one that I'm running out of. And I saw that they have a refillable cocoa flosser for toddlers. Again, I kind of icked myself out of this one by reading reviews about how sometimes it broke or didn't work. My idea was that it would be better than using disposable ones to have a refillable one. But if the refillable doesn't work or doesn't always work or is a hassle to use, then it's not going to get used, and it's probably worse to buy this than it is to just use what we know works. It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because if there was a refillable that worked really well, then it might be worth replacing the one that's more wasteful with more plastic. But we don't know, I don't know, and this is my no-buy year, so this is not the year to be testing it, getting in the habit of buying something I don't really need. Okay, so the next item is kind of a recurring one this month. You'll see what I mean. It's sunglasses. So there's this influencer on TikTok who's got really cool style. So her outfits are really cool, and oftentimes she pairs them with really cool glasses. Like that's like the X factor in her outfits. So she has really cool sunglasses, really cool regular glasses. And every time I see her with cool sunglasses, I kind of want them. And I went to her Like to Know where she links stuff that she's wearing. Some of them are from Shein, some of them are from Amazon. They're fairly cheap or inexpensive. And yeah, I screenshotted some of them because, like I say, I kind of want them. I see them. I don't really have funky sunglasses. I have a pair of classic Ray-Ban aviators, and I have just one cheap pair, got them right here actually, of Target plastic sunglasses. So this is the plastic look that I have, and then I have the wire aviators. And I also have a pair that goes over regular glasses. So like it's a magnetic pair I wear is the brand. So I guess I technically have 3 options, but one of them I have to be wearing glasses to wear. I don't know, it's a slippery slope, right? Because sunglasses are an accessory. Somehow it doesn't feel like it's as detrimental as buying a new top or a new pair of pants. That kind of dilutes my style and my wardrobe. I feel like sunglasses are an accessory that add to your style at the end of the outfit. I don't know if that's justified because you still only wear one pair at a time, right? The other pairs are going to be languishing at home, not being worn whenever you've got your one pair on. So do you really need more than 1 or 2 pairs? No is the answer, but they do have the ability to change a look. So there's a lot of different trendy pairs. There's these kind of more avant-garde pairs that this influencer wears. I feel the pull. I know I don't need it. I definitely don't want to get a collection of like 10 pairs of sunglasses or anything. I feel like I have my one collection already, and that's my pull-in purses. And I don't want to be managing and maintaining a whole bunch of different collections of stuff. So moving on, we're still very early into this long list. So sunglasses will come back, don't worry. The next one kind of hits on some personal notes. So this is a sweatshirt. And yes, I already have quite a few sweatshirts, but this one's different, okay? So this one is from Abercrombie. It's $70, so a little pricey for a crew neck sweatshirt. It's like this cream off-white color, and it's got the Badlands, South Dakota, and a buffalo kind of animal landscape. And I spent the first part of my life in South Dakota, my childhood. I grew up there until high school. So it has like a niche, you know, I feel like not that many people are from South Dakota just because the population's not that high. So it kind of speaks to me in that way. I like the buffalo. I also really like how the design goes all the way around the shirt. So the back is not just blank, it has the landscape continued on the back. I have an Omaha Zoo sweatshirt that has penguins on it, and it goes all the way around the back, and it's one of my favorite t-shirts. So I know I would like this item. I do like it. I do want it. And it has the South Dakota kind of personal element. And I am going to be kind of sad, at least right now, where I'm at now. I feel a little bit of the FOMO, where I would be upset if this is not available to buy when I'm able to buy it. Or, you know, the holiday season rolls around. Hopefully it's still there for me to receive as a gift. Yeah, it's getting me with the personal elements. They have like a series of these sweatshirts with different places. They've got like Yosemite and the Grand Tetons and Aspen and other notable places in the US. They're like fake souvenir sweatshirts. But I did grow up in South Dakota. I have been to the Badlands, and this is a really cute like souvenir sweatshirt that's not actually from a gift shop there. So I don't know. I just really like it. The next item is kind of strange. It's a rechargeable electric lighter. Now we have a lighter. We have like 3 house candles that we use fairly rarely, to be honest. And then, you know, when we have birthdays, we light candles on the cake. But it requires reusable, no, it's not reusable. It requires lighter fuel that's not reusable. So we have to repurchase the fuel whenever it runs out. And I don't know, we don't have to repurchase fuel that often, so maybe this isn't even a need. And I know it's not a need, but The idea of just having a rechargeable instead of having to go buy more fuel is appealing. However, it's probably more sustainable to use the actual object that we have instead of buying this new electronic device, even buying the fuel over time. I don't know. If you have answers for this, let me know, but I just feel like it's probably more sustainable to use what we have. And it's not a burning desire by any means. It doesn't like pull the heartstrings like the sweatshirt did. It's just a lighter. It's just a rechargeable version of something we already have. So, I don't know. The next item is a coloring book, which is absolutely ludicrous. If you've seen any of my short videos where I do updates in my calendar of days that we spent money versus no spend days, sorry. All of these days are in my no buy. It's just, did we spend money on essentials or did we have a $0 spend that day? But I cannot color in the lines. On the contrary, it's actually stressful for me to try coloring in the lines, and it's not particularly relaxing or enjoyable for me. I've just seen so many creators, especially on TikTok, do these Bobby Goods coloring books, and it just looks like such a relaxing, aesthetic, girly, therapeutic, artistic time that I wanted a piece of it enough to go look at the website for these coloring books and screenshot it. It's like a $22 coloring book, so it's not a cheap coloring book, but the actual price is not prohibitive enough to just be like, oh, that's crazy, I can't spend that much money. I could spend $20, but I am not a coloring girl, and as cute as this is, I don't have the time to sit down and just color. I don't know. I just don't need this. Sometimes it's just as simple as that. But yeah, don't have time to color, don't have the markers, don't want to invest in the markers, don't want to have the little, what is it called? That symptom where you buy one thing and then you have to buy a whole bunch of other things. It's going to come to me after I do this video. The Diderot effect, where you replace something or buy something and then you have to get 10 other things. Anyway, moving on. Coloring book, not for me. The next item is a lip pencil, lip liner. And again, I saw this on someone on TikTok, and she was talking about how she had one everywhere, so she never was without it. So it's the Makeup Forever lip liner in the color Wherever Walnut. And I saw this and I was like, ooh, that's a good, nice nude or My Lips But Better color that would work for me too. Lip pencils are something I'm starting to use more. I have one, but the one I have also fulfills the function of a My Lips But Better My Nude lip pencil. And if I had two that fulfilled the same function, not only would I not use the one that I have, I would use the one that I like better, right? So I might use the one I have or I might use the new one, but then I would have two to use up. And I have never finished a lip pencil. In all the years that I've been wearing makeup, I've never finished a lip pencil or a lipstick. So I don't like having to throw away makeup that's 10 years old. I have a lipstick that I literally wore on my 21st birthday, and I still have it. Should I be putting it on my face, on my lips, where I might potentially eat 10-year-old makeup? Probably not, but I'm having a hard time decluttering it. We'll see if I can let it go before the end of my no-buy year. But the point is, I need to use up what I have. The day that I finish a lip liner is probably the day I can get another lip liner. And I can try this one out if I want to. Then I will have the perspective of which one I like better. And after using up this one, if I try it, I can choose which brand I favor. If it were like a red lip liner to be worn with red lipstick, something I don't currently have, then it might be a little bit different. But I don't actually wear a liner with red lipstick. Yeah, this is not something I need right now. But the day that I run out of lip liner, maybe I'll try it. The next item is another lip product. It's the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. It goes on like a gloss, but it looks like a lipstick. It's like $9, so it's fairly inexpensive. You can get it at Target. I just saw this again on someone on TikTok, and I was like, ooh, that looks really nice, really beautiful. I could buy that. I could justify it as maybe a replacement for one of the lip products I have, but looking at the lip products I have, again, I need to just use up what I already own. So that's basically the bottom line with makeup this year. Use up what I have, and then you can look at things to buy. And don't be trying to find things in the meantime. Try not to be influenced to want more makeup. Makeup is not actually what I would consider a big problem category for me, but it is a category in which I need to use up what I have more. And it takes me a really long time to use it up because I don't wear it every day. Next item is another pair of sunglasses. It's just a cheapy pair from Target. It's like a trendy girl inspired shape, trendy fashion, like kind of oval. Just intrigued. Need to try these on before buying them anyway. Not going to buy them this year. The next item is a quilted puffy bag. Have you seen those around? Lots of people have like the big one, the sling, big carry-all quilted bag. They kind of look like little puffer coats. This one is from the brand COS, and it's in the dark blue denim, and it's the small size. So I have this thing where I get the basic trendy item, but I get it in a non-trendy color or a non-trendy size. So like I have UGG boots, but they're not the short ones, they're not the slippers, they're the tall ones, and I have them in bright red. I have the Birkenstock Boston clogs, but I don't have them in the brown or taupe color. I have them in bright blue. I have the trendy item, but I have them in a pop of color that's more unique to my wardrobe. That's the way I like to do it. Nothing against being basic, but I like to do basic with a twist. So this was my version, or what I saw could be my version, of the basic with a twist quilted bag. So instead of the big one, get the mini one and get it in the denim material. And I do think it's really cute. I do think it would add something to my outfits, but I don't need it. And this is an instance where, throwback to my week 7 update of my no-buy, reasons why it's helping me. It's allowing me to admire this without having to buy it. Did I want to buy it? Yes. Did it make my list? Sure. But I'm not buying it, and I actually don't even feel the need to take this into next month because I don't want it that much. I can admire it, say it's cute, and let it go. Another lip product is next. This is the Clinique Black Honey. I just saw an article about how it was going viral on TikTok now. And I guess it's supposed to adjust to your lips when you put it on, your skin. I don't know. Don't want it anymore. I don't even care about it anymore. Kind of forgot it was going to be on here. So now the next 8 to 10 screenshots I have here are all of hot pink shoes. Mostly by the brand, or entirely I think, by the brands Vivea and Rothy's. So like the knit fiber shoes, the ballet flats or the sandals. And I have a red pair of Vivea Mary Jane flats, the knit. I really like them. I like how they look. And again, throwing back to week 7 where I was feeling the urge to buy things in the colors red or hot pink. I wore my hot pink shirt in honor of talking about this today. I have this shirt. I have more hot pink tops. I just don't have anything else in hot pink. So I thought, if I have hot pink shoes, I could make a really nice look with, hot pink and a pair of bottoms and then a hot pink shoe. Like, wouldn't that look cool? I do have hot pink frames for my glasses. Again, like the pair I wear, magnetic toppers. So again, I could have the glasses, the shoes, the shirt, and that could look really cool. And I still think it could look cool. And I am actually going to carry forward one of these pairs, or maybe 2 of them, into my March wish list. The more sandal-like pairs. I do think the knit fiber nature enables them to be worn more convincingly with socks than other summer sandals. So I kind of think that the slide sandals, if I end up purchasing these, if I still want to add more hot pink to my wardrobe at the end of the year, the slides are probably what I'm going to go for. But we'll see. Maybe that'll have cooled off by the end of the year and I won't feel the need. I already know I have too many shoes, or I feel like I have too many pairs of shoes, more than I want to have. So unless I'm able to declutter some of what I already have, I don't think I need to be buying any more shoes. In fact, the kindest thing that I could have done for myself, previous Alexa could have done for present Alexa, would have been to not purchase so much for her wardrobe. Because now, today, I'm in that predicament of wanting to declutter responsibly, but also I kind of like everything that I have, right? Because you're not out here buying things that you don't think are beautiful or that you don't want. So I like everything that I have. A lot of it is very different aesthetics, and I'm trying to curate a little more. So that means having to let go of things that I like. And then, like I said, to do it responsibly, it's going to take a little bit of work. So I'm going to have to list these things for resale, find people to give them to personally so that I know they'll get a second life, because donating things is not a surefire way of making sure that they get used again. So yeah, previous me could have just done better by not buying so much in the first place. And then I might have more savings too. So think about that going forward. Note to self, don't buy so much stuff, and then future you isn't going to have to deal with it. The next couple of things are Casio watches. Again, I saw these most recently on TikTok, but I have seen them in real life several years ago. And there was like a flicker of interest back then. I do like the retro style of the chunky silver chain. I do already own 3 watches. So do I need a watch in a functional sense? No, I don't. So these are about $20, and you can get them at Walmart or Amazon. And I did have a look at the resale market, and interestingly enough, a lot of times when you try to buy these secondhand, it's going to cost more than buying it new, which I think is a little bit of a problem, but such is the nature of online secondhand shopping, where you have to pay shipping and tax as well as the cost of the item. So for people to make any money at all on a $20 item, the price is going to be pretty close to what it would be new. So not ideal. More sunglasses come next. These ones I believe are at Walmart and Target. They're the shield style. So again, with the retro kind of 90s flavor here, thinking about that style for sunglasses too. Next we have a makeup palette, an eyeshadow quad. This is a YSL, so luxury brand. I have eyeshadow. I have some Lisa Eldridge palettes, and I have 2 of those, the purple one and the sorcery one with all the sparkly blues and greens and golds. And then I have a naked palette that's probably over a decade old. I have the Naked 3, I think. It has a lot of neutral colors in it anyway. But like I said, they're very, very old, and I don't pull it out very much. And part of the reason I'm wondering is because it's so big and there's so many little pans in it. So if I had a quad like this, with the neutral colors that I use the most from the Naked palette, I could let that one go, is what I feel like. I need to demonstrate that I wear eyeshadow enough to justify this. This is a $68 quad because it's luxury, right? It's got the YSL logo. That's also partly why I want it, to be honest, because it looks like luxury. I'm not that much of a designer girl. I don't and will probably never have designer handbags or clothes. I just don't think it's worth the money. But the makeup is slightly different, right? Because it's at a lower price point. And it's easier to justify, like, oh, I can have a piece of the YSL. I can still have the logo without paying so much, and also without having to wear it, if that makes sense. I also kind of feel like I am embarrassed to present wearing something designer, or I would be, because I don't have anything. But if I had a YSL logo shirt or bag, I feel like that would be embarrassing to me to wear out. It'd be like, hey, I paid this much money to have a piece of this rich person's costume or whatever. But with makeup, it's not like you're flashing your eyeshadow palette out. It's just kind of private, and you can feel like that little piece of luxury is right there on your vanity. I don't know. I do think this is going to get carried forward because I think it would make a really lovely little Christmas present, luxurious version of something I already have, and a very expired thing that I already have. So we'll see. The next 3 items are lipsticks, and actually the next 4 items. The 4th item is a tinted moisturizer. These 4 items were all put on here after I followed some makeup TikTokers, and I followed them because they were doing no-buy years. So I thought, okay, let's expand my no-buy community. Let's follow these couple of girls who are not buying makeup for a year. This will be great. It was not great because they posted about the new releases that they are not buying. The problem with this is that I would otherwise have not found out about these new releases because I'm not a makeup girl that much. I don't follow the new releases. So if I hadn't followed these influencers or these TikTokers, I would not have seen these, and I wouldn't have had the moment of, ooh, those look nice. I want them. I want to explore these lipsticks. And again, like I said earlier, I have never finished a lipstick. I've never completed, used up a lipstick, and I need to use what I have. And the colors I'm looking at here, they're not so different than what I already have. These are the Charlotte Tilbury's. I already have a Pillow Talk, and these first 2 are pretty similar. They might be slightly better for me and my skin tone, who knows, but they look similar to me. And then the 3rd one is a red, and I have a small handful of red lipsticks. So do I need these? No. Are they functionally going to bring anything different to my makeup drawer? No, they're not. So Goodbye to those. Same thing with the tinted moisturizer. I already use tinted moisturizer, and I have one right now. I have a couple actually. One of them's almost gone, and then I have one to use after that. I don't need a new one now. By the time I do need a new one, I'll remember this exists, or I'll have something else that I want to try. In fact, I do want to try the SkinCeuticals, because I've heard that the sunscreen element is actually worth using on that one. Anyway, did I already say I had to unfollow those makeup girls on a no-buy because they were influencing me to want stuff, and I can't do that. The next item is a cobalt blue button down, and I look at this now and I think I'm so glad I didn't buy that, because while I was shopping for this or looking for them, I had these visions of the oversized button down look, and today I'm just not feeling it. I'm sitting here and I'm like, that would be so ugly. That would be so cumbersome to style. I have some button downs that are a little more fitted and a little shorter, and I don't want to have this long oversized one. So it's just a hot and cold thing. It's not a hell yes, so therefore it's a no. You know, people that say, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. This is not. This is a no. It is one of my wardrobe colors though, which is why it's here. Okay, the next item is the Snail Mucin Power Essence. Another skincare product. Another skincare product that I would then have to use up, which would take me probably 6 months or longer. I don't need this. I might be slightly strange in that I only really started regularly using skincare recently at the age of like 30, 31. So I'm not a big skincare person. I don't want to wrinkle prematurely, so definitely started being more careful with sunscreen. But I am not somebody that has a large collection of skincare or a 10-step routine. So as long as I have a cleanser, a moisturizer, and maybe a vitamin C serum, I feel like I'm good. The next item was served to me in an ad, and it was paired with the sale. So it's the Allbirds sneakers in this pastel pink, retails for $125, on sale for $62. These sneakers have been around for a few years. I've been aware of them for years, and I have never wanted them. I've seen them in person, and they look nice. They're just not for me. I almost was convinced to buy them because of this sale. I obviously didn't buy them because I'm on a no-buy year, and it was really easy to not buy them because of said no-buy year. But if I wasn't, I feel like there was a danger on the day that I saw this ad, the moment that I was served it, and that I wanted it, that I might have bought them, telling myself, wow, it's half off, what a good deal, I can't miss out on this. Oh, it says there's only one left in my size, I have to get them. I'm gonna get the FOMO if I don't, I'm gonna regret it. It's gonna be gone. And I think, like I was saying earlier, I never want to buy something because of the FOMO ever again. I never want to be in that position and feel that pull of like, I have to buy this or it's gonna be gone. I really just want to be okay with letting go of things like that and not feeling bad about it. Not having my emotional strings pulled by marketing like that. Or the threat of not having something. Like, that is something I don't want to have affect me in the future at all. I don't want to be affected that much by stuff. The next item is an interesting one that's kind of out of left field for the rest of my list. And this is Grounds for Murder, a murder mystery themed jigsaw puzzle that lets you crack the caffeinated case piece by piece. So I guess it comes without a reference picture, so you have to put together the puzzle. Just, I don't even know how, but you just put together the puzzle without a picture. And this appeals to me because I like puzzles. I like challenges like that. And it seems like it could be like a good gift. And I still kind of think that. I think I got this from an article that was about good gifts. This is number 25 of who knows how many in an article. But it's interesting how many of these articles are coming up these days on all subjects under the sun. Some of them based on what's going viral on TikTok, and some of them based on fashion, current fashion trends. The 10 things from spring fashion you need to buy from Nordstrom. 20 viral TikTok hits under $20. 10 things on Amazon you can't miss. There's so many articles that are just literal lists of products to make you want them with links so that you can buy them right there. It's just so insidious now, and it's so easy to click on these because you're interested. It's like, ooh, what are the items that you have to buy? I'm not going to buy them, right? And then you see stuff that you didn't even know you wanted, and then it's like, ooh, maybe I need to buy that after all. Maybe they're right. Maybe I do need a towel warmer. Funny story, I have had a towel warmer on my wish list for like 2 years now. Still haven't bought it, but it has been on my wish list, and I do want a towel warmer. But needless to say, this is not the year that I will be getting one. So Grounds for Murder, I think, will stay on my list because I do think it could make a good gift and it could be a fun thing to do. But the lists of articles, stuff to buy, I am going to try to avoid those like the plague. So we finally reached what might be the most controversial item on this wish list, and that is these tabby shoes. They've existed for a while as well. I've been aware of them, and when I first saw them years ago, I thought, those are hideous. And with repeated exposure and more time spent on social media and watching people who at least look like me or my age, going around wearing these things, looking extremely fashionable and cool, I feel like I've been influenced to at least want them, or to at least not think that they're ugly. And it's so bizarre. There are a few things in my wardrobe, actually, that I think I've had this like love-hate relationship with. I have some really chunky sneakers that are kind of like objectively ugly, but I think they're cool. I have a black long denim skirt, and I know that's a love it or hate it item, but I have grown to think that that's really cool as well. So it's just interesting how your opinions can change with repeated exposure. But I don't think these are for me. Not only because I know I would get all sorts of funny looks if I wore them out here in the Midwest, but I don't see that they could be comfortable. I don't see how you could wear any form of socks with them. I mean, they make them in boot form. So like, do they also sell tabby socks? I just don't know. I mean, they're called the hoof shoes. I do feel like I want to try them on at some point in my life and like experience the tabby. But I just don't think I can do this. And again, it's not a hell yes. But I wouldn't be surprised, entirely surprised, if in 5 years' time I have a pair of these and they're one of my most favorite wardrobe items. That's just how it can go sometimes. That being said, I know these exist. I know up here that they exist. I don't need to carry them over on a wish list. I wouldn't be necessarily thrilled if somebody bought them for me for Christmas, because it would be like, cool, I wanted to try them. But it's not like the buffalo sweatshirt where it's like, yes, I have this. I'm so excited to wear it. It represents me on a personal level. It's not like that. So definitely doesn't deserve a place on the wish list. The next item is an oversized red button-down shirt. So similar to the blue, I have red items in my wardrobe. I was looking to kind of expand upon that. So I have this, as well as red t-shirts and red cami tank tops on my list, and a random pair of pink pants. I don't want any of these anymore. The only thing I would consider buying is a red cami, just to layer under things. And it's not an immediate need. But I have also decluttered a red tank top before, so I would definitely make sure that the one that I purchase does not have the same properties as that one. So that was a more formal one with draping in the front. It was still cotton, so it was like a weird, like formal design with the cowl neck, but like informal material. So it would have probably done better in like a silk or a satin kind of material for the formality instead of a cotton. Or if I got a cotton one, a more form-fitting cami with a simple design, I think would be a safer bet. But anyway, now is not the time. I was served, again in the shop app, a notification that this item that I looked at had gone on sale. And this is the Sabine sweater from Ozma. I've seen it on social media, some influencers who have it. It just looks so cozy and chunky and like the ideal cardigan for both home and out. And I actually had one very similar to this when I lived in New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for a few years as my family moved there when I was in high school. And it was something I wore a lot. Like it was probably my most worn piece in my wardrobe. And I wore it out in several spots. And I wish that I had kept it and repaired it, because I think it would have been only the more beautiful for being used and repaired. That's how I know that this item would get a lot of use. However, this particular one only comes in cream and a very warm brown. And I just decluttered another sweater that was a very warm brown because I didn't like how the tone looked on me. So I know that this particular one is out of the question, even as it is on sale from $428 to $298. And then I have a code that would bring it down even more to $240 or something like that, which compared to the original price feels like a great deal, like saving almost $200, but objectively is still a hideously expensive sweater. I think what I've decided mentally is that if I still want a chunky cardigan of this nature, I want to make it myself. And it might actually cost more than $200 in yarn, because I know yarn like that can be expensive, chunky, really high quality yarn. And getting a right pattern and probably attempting it multiple times and having to unpick my mistakes and all that. But how cool would it be to have made something like that myself and to wear a me-made cardigan? I think that's my solution for the want of this item. Okay, so we're reaching the end. I have 3 more items, and I might actually save the last item for its own dedicated video. I will tell you what it is, so I'm not going to completely hype it up and leave you hanging, but I might go into more detail in its own video series on this channel. So before we get to that one, the next couple of items are a down vest, which again, I've just seen them everywhere. I've seen a bunch of people styling them and wearing them, and they seem really practical. I had one, and I decluttered it. So I really don't need to be buying one now. I know they exist, and I know this one's from Uniqlo. I could go and look for one and buy one the day that I need it, or more to the point, maybe the day after I need it. The day after I've needed it 10 times. You know, I need to demonstrate that I really need this before even thinking about buying it again. The next item might get carried over. It's a black belt from And Other Stories, and it's a $69 sculptural buckle leather belt. And I really like the buckle. I like how it's gold tone but not too yellow, and I like how wavy it is. I have a black belt. This is on Artemis belt, but it's small, so like it could only be worn higher on the waist, not on the hips. So do I need a black belt? Not really. I've never put together an outfit that I can recall and been like, oh, I just really need a black belt to finish this look, actually. So I have not demonstrated that I need this item. I just saw it in, again, one of those fashion articles that was like, essentials you should buy for spring or whatever. And it just struck me as a beautiful thing that I kind of want. I might still carry this over to March because it's an item that I don't already have in my wardrobe, but I don't know if it's going to last until the end of the year. The final item that we've all been waiting for, that is most definitely going to be carried to the next month, and I would be surprised if it doesn't make it to the end of the year and actually get purchased, but I have a lot of examination to do before that happens, if it does, is the Tibby Sid jeans. So after all that hype, it's a pair of jeans, and it's a pair of jeans that you might think are objectively ugly, and that's okay. It's kind of playing on that balloon jean trend, or what are they called? Tapered jean, balloon jean. Is there another name? I don't know, I'm forgetting it. I've seen a bunch of posts of people trying them on, not these particular ones, but like the tapered like balloon jeans where they look really funny. But I think these ones are different because they're made with different panels. So they have this really sculptural kind of drapey feel. And I'm just so intrigued. The general balloon jean trend is something I think is a little bit ugly in a way that I could love, and it could become one of my most worn pieces. These jeans are $495. So they're super close to my personal threshold of $500 being the most expensive thing I have in my wardrobe. My Mute by JL coat, that's like a cashmere wool blend, is $500, and that's my like cap. And that's also a basic but not piece, because it's like basic camel, but it has the artistic back. That's contrast. And this is like a basic pair of jeans, but not, because of the panels and the shape and the draping. I need to try these on before even seriously contemplating buying them, because I can't continue to want them if they're not going to actually look good on me. It might be a while before I get to do that, because I don't know if any of these pairs of jeans exist where I live in the Midwest. Probably need to go to a bigger city to try to find somewhere to try these on. We don't have a Nordstrom here. I don't know if any little boutiques would carry Tibby as a brand. I might start looking around just because, like I said, I am so intrigued that I do need to try these on. I showed them to my husband, and I thought he would think that they were the most ugliest pair of jeans ever because he likes the very fitted skinny jean style. but he actually said that these look like my style to a T. And looking at the product photos, I feel like I can recreate all of these outfits using pieces that I have, except for the jeans. And I might actually do that. I might use the jeans that I have to recreate these looks and evaluate like what the vibe difference is between these jeans and then the ones that I have with the same pieces, and whether it's worth $495 to get this specific look. But they're just so cool, and I do feel like they're so me, because they're basic, but not. Just like the Uggs I was talking about, and the Birkenstocks, and the Polen bags that I like have that sculptural element, and then the belt that I like has that sculptural buckle. So there's that common thread of detail that I just love in clothing. And I do feel like if I got these jeans, I would probably be able to let go of other jeans that I don't wear as much. So it would be more of a one in, one out kind of thing, which I'm more okay with than just accumulating more and more and diluting my personal style further. That's what I feel like in my wardrobe right now, is that I have so many pieces that my style is diluted. Anyway, I feel like I'm going to do a capsule wardrobe series. I'm going to try to do one for spring very reluctantly and see how that feels. And it might also further inform my decision on whether I need to buy a $500 pair of jeans and whether or not it's going to be worth its cost per wear. But you're going to see these jeans on this channel again. You know, I'm going to evaluate them from every angle until the end of the year, or until I stop wanting them. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what I have to do to try on a pair of these in real life. And we'll see if come next January, it's still worth it in my mind. Because today, right now, this is kind of the only item on this wish list that I feel certain that I want. There's nothing take it or leave it about it right now. But as the no-buy year has been already teaching me, that could change. Next month I could see these and think, it's not worth the money. It's definitely not worth it. I don't like the style anymore. Any number of things could happen. So let's see what happens. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope this has been interesting or entertaining. I hope I haven't made you want any of these things. Hopefully me talking through why I'm not buying them is helping. Or if you do want them, put them on your wish list, and when your no buy is over, or when your designated period of wish list and waiting is over, then do your thing. Like and subscribe if you're here. I mean, you must not have hated it if you're still here after goodness knows how long. But yeah, I hope that these videos of things that I wanted to buy but didn't will get shorter and shorter as the year goes on. Partly because they'll be less of a nightmare to film and edit, but also partly because I hope that my no-buy year is teaching me to want things less. And this is obviously not everything that I've seen this month, but it's everything that I've wanted enough to take a screenshot of and save for later. And some of these things I had already forgotten about and already don't even want in the slightest. So going forward, hopefully the things that I see, I can admire and move on from without even taking a screenshot. It's interesting as well that none of these things are things that I saw in real life. It's 100% online. It's 100%, probably 98% social media. I think I need to make a no buying things off of social media rule, or possibly a decrease your consumption of social media rule. And more on that later, probably. Wouldn't be surprised if I do a series on decreasing my phone time as well. But enough about the future. Let's come back to the now. And let's wrap this video up for today. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.